And a very good morning, CIS279WC Windows client students. Eric Magidson here. I am going to be your instructor for this class. Most likely, this being a 200 level course, you may have taken a course from me previously. So, most likely, you know all this information. I will try to make this video as short, clear, and concise as I can to not waste your time, if you will. So, a few things right off the bat. I am creating a brand new course this term for this course. Okay, we have some great opportunities here in the fact that we have two brand new Dell R550 servers that I will introduce you to. Each have dual 12-core processors. They now have 128 gigs of RAM, and we're going to be able to use those via secure VPN for you to get in and do some real hands-on assignments, if you will, creating some Windows clients, Windows 10, Windows 11 clients, and doing things, connecting them to Active Directory and doing some things both locally in those systems as well as via Active Directory. So, I'm really excited to update the content, bring it more current, if you will, and provide the latest learning opportunity for you all so that you're prepared when you graduate to have these Windows client skills that you definitely will need. So let's go through this. First of all, you're either watching this video through the link in the Welcome to the Course communication that comes out. Each week you will get a Welcome to the Week video. That's going to, in that video, it's going to cover what we're covering that week, due dates, etc. We'll look more at that in a minute, okay? So we're just going to skip right to modules. Matter of fact, I'll get rid of syllabus because I've got it in the start here, first day. Here is that welcome video, so you'll click on there. Let's just run out to course syllabus and schedules. The course syllabus is pretty standardized. You are responsible for knowing the syllabus and abiding by the syllabus. Remember, the syllabus is a contract between you and I, what you can expect from me in this course and what I expect from you, okay? So again, we'll talk a little bit more of that. Y'all are, by the time you're taking a 200 level course, you're pretty familiar with how courses work. I'm not going to walk you through this syllabus, but I do suggest you go through and read the syllabus, all right? More important is this schedule down here. I'm going to do a link out to the main schedule. This is a brand new schedule. Again, what we're going to be doing each week is pretty much 4 main parts. Now, this week, you are just going to cover test out. And let me say early on in this video that you are going to register for test out from within Canvas. Okay, I need you to register from within Canvas. Do not go out to testout.com, okay, and register for the course that way. Okay, that's not going to link you to the course that is associated with Canvas, and I'll show you that when we get there. But each week, you'll have a participation assignment. This goes along with Quality Matters that shows all the study that requiring students to get into the class early in the week and do some sort of activity creates that required participation. Students do work earlier in the class, okay? So my goal this time for this class is to have these participation assignments. We'll be doing a lot of PowerShell scripting within these participation assignments. Now, we may go out, we may look at articles, security, etc. But they're definitely, this isn't going to be a wasted assignment, okay? This is going to be a learning opportunity. And please note, you'll have 4 days to do these. So each week, on Monday, you'll get the Welcome to the Week video, and you'll need to complete this by Thursday. You can see that each week, starting next week, these are worth 10 points. This week, you're doing 2 participation assignments, which we'll look at the first one here briefly in a minute. But you'll be doing 2. The second one is a syllabus quiz. Notice you complete the first one by Wednesday this week. You complete the second one by Friday. This is that college requirement demonstrating active participation in the course within the first week. And again, if you don't complete these by the due dates, you are just dropped from the course. Okay, so just something I wanted to bring up. So you'll have the weekly participation. You'll do some work in test out. I'll show you more of that in just a minute. And then you'll have some application labs that you do pretty much every week. You'll notice midterm week, I want you to focus, have some time to study for the midterm, before you do that. So there's no application lab this week. You can spend that time studying before you take the midterm, etc. Pretty standard. If you've taken a course from me, pretty standard. I do suggest that you download this, you follow this. This is your main schedule for due dates. Everything that you'll be completing is on this schedule. Okay, so there is that. Let's go next here real quick. And we'll take a look at instructor contact information. I've got an old resume out here. If you want to review it, I will be updating my resume. I think it's time, even though I'm still teaching. That's what I'm doing primarily. I do a little consulting on the side in cyber and network security. So I have office hours as an online class. I do a lot of remote teaching these days from the house, so keep that in mind. But I am always available. Let me reiterate that. I am available, okay? Not just during office hours. When I'm at my desk, unless I'm grading papers or doing lecture videos where I don't want to be interrupted, I'm a lot of times going to have Canvas open, and I'll stick a Canvas link right here to where all you have to do is click on this. You also find a link in any email that I send you. Speaking of email, make sure to include CIS279WC in the subject line of that email. That is the absolute best way to prioritize your email. It goes into a priority inbox out of the general spam-filled inbox and into a priority inbox, so I will see it. Now, let me say, I prefer that you communicate with me in Microsoft Teams. We will do some things out in Teams in regards to participation assignments, general discussions. If you have, challenges that other classmates may be having, do a post out here. But make sure to chat me, okay? And we'll talk more about that here in just a minute. But if you chat me, it's going to come out on my phone real quick. If I have 30 seconds of availability, I'm going to be able to answer your question so that I'm not a barrier to you continuing on with the work in this class, all right? Schedule down here, office hours are pretty much going to be 8 a.m. to 10 a.m., Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Evening office hours on Tuesday, 6 p.m. to 7:30 by appointment, okay? By appointment only. So just reach out to me 24 hours ahead of time. Say, hey, Eric, I want to meet you in the evening. I know a lot of you work. Now, does that mean those are the only times I'm available? Absolutely not. Again, if I'm at my desk working, I'm most likely going to have the Zoom open, okay? So just pop out in Zoom, see if I'm there. If I'm not, you might send me a chat. Say, hey, Eric, do you have a quick minute? I got a question. I'm available, okay? I'm not going to be a barrier to your learning, so just keep that in mind. You want to set a one-on-one time, we can do that as well. Now, test out registration is different. You are going to register from within Canvas. Again, do not go out to test out and register. Either get a license key from the bookstore or be prepared when you register for Canvas, okay, to have the information that you need. You'll notice right here, when you register, they'll ask you for a pricing code. This is the pricing code that you need, okay? Now, unfortunately, I don't have a means to go through this as a student and create this is how you'll register video. I am trying to see if they'll give me a temporary license, if you will, so I can create that. But I'm going to look for students to give me any feedback that I should include here. So I've included a link here, and all this is a link out to some content, okay, you'll see within Test Out. Everything is linked within Test Out, okay? I mean within Canvas, the Test Out content that you need. Now notice all it's doing is taking you over to Test Out, Okay. But by completing this through Canvas, your grades for labs and practice exams will automatically now populate back to the grade book in Canvas. Okay, so pretty important. Some of you that may have taken a class knew that I had to wait till the end of the week till everybody had done it, and then I had to transfer grades. Okay, the first time you do this, it should bring up a registration process. Again, either have the key that you purchased from the bookstore if you need to do that, financial aid, whatever the case may be, or be prepared to walk through the registration process and pay for the test out stuff as shown. Okay, so let me go back out here. You can do that by the link that I have within the registration, or you can come out and click on any of these links below. Okay, MS Teams, if you don't already have it installed, most likely you do. There's a little video here to install that. Little information on overall access, availability for Canvas, etc. Attendance requirement 1, so that's open. It's ready for you to consume. You're going to come out. You're going to create a Word document. Give me a goal. Connect that goal to your career. Why is it important that you learn the Windows operating system, etc.? 3 steps you're going to take. I'm not looking for when you're going to study. This could be something like I've allocated X number of hours each week. You know, maybe you just want to, hopefully, you've put that time on a calendar, something that's going to remind you, hey, it's time to study for CIS279WC. Send me a screenshot of the calendar within there, whatever the case may be, okay? Provide some topics that you'd like covered. So if you think that there's some important things or some interesting things you've learned about Windows and you want those covered, put this out here. I am going to introduce you to Windows Terminal. I think it's a great way to interface, especially with PowerShell, etc. So we'll look at that as well during this term. Provide a secure password. So a best practice password, folks. You know, just because you're in a class, we still want to practice now creating good, solid passwords, right? So I'm going to create a VPN account for you. I need a password for that account so that you can get into the COCC data center. You'll save it, you'll upload here. So just make sure that you do that. Now, let's talk about the integration of test out and what I've done. You'll see that only week 1 work is up there. And the reason for that is last term, I tried using the test out. It didn't go well. I had to completely re-employ the class without the test out integration. They assure me it works. Unfortunately, I can't see it as a student, okay? So I need y'all to reach out to me. You know, hear me, please. Send me a chat that said, yeah, this worked. I registered for test out from within Canvas. It was pretty easy, or here was the difficult thing. If somebody wants to go crazy, I know some of you do some awesome work. Send me a video of you registering inside Canvas by clicking on one of these links. Okay, I'll probably award some performance points should somebody take on that challenge, and then let me know if I can use that, you know, for other students. Of course, I will remove any personal information in that video if you send that to me. Okay, you know, I'll blur it out, etc. So, what have I done here? Well, basically, each week you're going to do some content within test out. So, by the way, once I hear back that this functionality is working, that you're able to click on here, any of these, you're able to register. Once you register, you're taken to these sections. Then I will populate the rest of the weeks. I've got it all ready to go. I just want to make sure it's working before I spend hours populating. So last time I lost about 8 hours of work and I had to completely redo the course. I don't want to have to do that. So once I know that this is working, I know that e-learning had some real challenges getting the integration, this test out LTI advantage working. So anyway, long story, they finally got it working last Friday and I was able to prepare course content. So let me show you what I've done here though. Each week, for the week, it'll show the test out content. This week you're doing 1-1 through 2-5. Notice it's 5 hours and 44. This is the estimated test out time it takes For some students, it'll take less time. For other students, it'll take more. This is just the time for test out. This isn't the entire week's worth of work, okay? This week, you've got the attendance requirements. You'll make sure you do those. Next week, you'll have a participation assignment and an independent lab to complete, okay? So, give yourself ample time. 4-credit course, you should be allocating 12 hours a week. And of course, I always say a few hours a day earns you an A, okay? Versus trying to wait. Do not wait till Monday, 4 hours before this content is due. Now, all I'm giving you here is a link to the start of each section. So each week I'll give you a link to, notice section 1.1. We come down here. There's a link to section 2.2. There's a link right to the labs that you will complete. Now, folks, I am going to add content to this, i.e., students find, this, by the way, is a brand new version of this Windows course, so I have to create all new content. Students really appreciate that I go out and create a fact sheet from the test out facts. So if we come out to test out, right, we have these fact sheets, with information. What I do is I go out and spend the time to copy all these and create a Word document with this information so that you could go take notes. You have it separate. You can, put it on your Kindle. You can put it on your tablet. You can read these. You want to make sure to do all this. Now, although I have a link just to this first part, I didn't think it necessary, and nor is it best practice according to Test Out, to put a link to everything you're going to do. So the only thing linked is a link to the first part in each section, okay? And then all of the graded assignments with due dates. So you'll see these. So if I come in here, if I come into the test out, which I'm already in, and I just, traverse through the work, it's going to transfer those grades for me, okay? So just be ready to do that. Again, you're working really in test out, but start within Canvas, get that link, work through the test out stuff, and you'll be good to go, okay? It doesn't mean that you have to click on each and every one of these to complete, okay? You'll get there, you'll start through a section, you'll know where you left off, you can just come back in and, start where you left off, make a note of where you left off, and just continue on. And as you go through the labs and the practice questions, those grades will populate back to, theoretically, this is how it's supposed to all work, populate back to Canvas, okay? So you'll now be able to see your grades there. I have a lot of students go, okay, well, I completed it, but I don't see a grade in Canvas. This should take care of that. As soon as you complete it, a grade should start posting in Canvas. Now, folks, I mention this every term. Just because I'm grading you on the labs, grading you on the practice questions, you want to complete all of the work in test out, all of the work. And I will go out to test out and audit this. I can see how much time you spent on the videos. So, if it's a 5-minute video and you only spent 30 seconds on that section, I can't really see that detail, but I can see that you at least clicked on the video. So please, folks, spend the time to go through all of the test out stuff. As we do the assessment labs, which are independent that I will create, the expectation is that you have the outcomes learned from within the test out. Okay, so I'm not going to be creating step-by-step instructions every single time within those independent labs. All right? That's really it. Somebody reach out. Let me know via chat, whatever, that you were able to successfully register, that you see the content here. I will monitor all of you very closely this week. Make sure that activities are moving over, grades are being posted, and of course, you always see due dates on the schedule, and pretty much what is within the content that you're doing. Any practice questions, any labs, you're going to be graded, and those, again, should transfer over to the gradebook. Let me know if you have any questions. Have a great term. I look forward to helping you all learn and even learning together because Windows 11 has a lot of great new features. Take care.